Hello there, this is episode 17 for Basil, our King of Thieves, in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Last time, Basil led the party into the Cloakwood Mines, and now 4 out of the 6 members of our crew are dead. Fortunately, no one's been perma-killed, so we can resurrect them later, but Basil and Kaigan are going to make the very possibly poor decision to go down into the mines and deal with this master and hopefully kill him. So Kaigan and Basil immediately get encountered by a couple of guards and hobgoblins. Good company. But these guys are actually pretty easy to take out at this point. Not guards, not so much. They're pretty tough fighters with chainmail. But we're going to go ahead and use our backstab technique once we actually are able to. Go into stealth, that is. Kaigan is actually holding his own. That's not very surprising. He doesn't have a great amount of strength, but he is tough as nails, which makes him a pretty good companion to have along with you. Of course, we've known that from the very start, so can't complain there. Basil's going to try to sneak around. Alright, we got cloaked. Let's go ahead and backstab. Alright, well done. There's a bunch of this level that you can go ahead and explore, but because it's just Basil and Kaigan, I'm a little wary of doing that. So we're just gonna make our way. We're just gonna make our way through. This guy is obviously managing a temple here, and it is a temple of Sirik. The other gods, by the way, that are mentioned are, I believe they're all dead. Those are the dead 3, who, if you remember from the book that we had, that we got from Firebead, he mentions those guys specifically. But we get a couple of nice potions, and we skedaddle out of here. Make our way to this office area here, chat with the guard. Easy line here is just say you're on special business from Baldur's Gate. Guy will let you pass. That might be charisma based, but I've never had it fail, so. Okay, just like these hobgoblins though, the guard there is actually pretty easy to take out. So if you really want to get, like 15 experience points, you can take them out. Alright, so we'll move on through. We're almost done with this level. Basil's going to move in. Kaigan's going to move in to take the arrow fire. There we go. And Basil gets double teamed. And now the hobgoblin's going to get double teamed. It sounds bad, but it's not. It's because they're heroes, and heroes sometimes double team. Tag team without the tagging. Alright. Basil's going to try using the cloak of Be My Friend. It fails. Stupid guard. We don't really have a reason why we're here. That's not my problem, is it? Basil's going to slip on past. He's going to hide, and he's going to backstab. Wow, critical hit, but no backstab, incidentally enough. We're going to try using this potion on both of our guys. Not this potion, but the immunity to level 5 and spells and below. We're going to try using that. We also am going to try using the potion of power, particularly for the fine traps, because his fine traps is only 15. Of course, that's not. I don't know if that's going to help. I don't think it's going to be high enough. Sure. Yeah, it's not high enough. So, but we are going to try to make sure that we're ready for this fight. The master of the mines here is a guy named Daviorn. Daviorn is a mage, so naturally, if we have spell protection, then we should be ready to go. But that is a battle horror. Battle horrors are really, really dangerous opponents. They're very tough. They have a fair amount of immunities, and they're very well armored as well. But Kaigan should be able to at least occupy him while, guess what? Basil's going to backstab. when I'm finally able to. There we go. Goes into stealth. Anytime, Basil. Okay. Backstab didn't do too much, but Kaigan was able to finish him off and got a level up out of it. So that's good. Not much changes, but he gets more saves and more hit points, which is very useful. Maybe this time he won't get mind controlled. That would be nice. So Basil's going to slip on through. Now he hasn't detected any of the traps, so he's probably going to get hit. That was not too bad. Only 3 damage, so... No, I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to shoot. And he was completely immune to my damage. Basil's going to hide again. Kaigan should probably move back. We don't want to pick a fight with Daviorn just yet. We just want to get these battle horrors out of the way. Basil tries hiding in shadows again. The backstab, and he misses. This one's harder to go down. Using up all my potions of healing, dude. Backstab. That was a good hit. Triple damage. Alright, Kaigan. Good job, man. You see the battle horrors toss out 4,000 experience, so they're nothing to sneeze at. Alright, so at this point, I think we're going to be ready for taking on Daviorn. And the trap's all missed. Okay, so Basil lands a hit, but unfortunately it's not a backstab, and Daviorn is still up. Kaigan's going to move in, and Basil's going to try to find where Daviorn teleported to. There he is, and we're going to backstab.
You have dealt a great blow to the organization known as the Iron Throne, a defeat that you are certain will not be ignored. Now you must travel to the great city of Baldur's Gate, where you are certain to find the truth behind the strange plot that plagues the citizens of the Sword Coast.
And with that, Daviorn goes down, and we are victorious. Now we just need to take out these goons, and then we should be able to successfully investigate what was really going on with these mines. What was the plan for the Iron Throne and Daviorn? And what can we do? What's going to be our next step? We're going to go ahead and take a look at the letters that are on the ground, and then we will go ahead and read through them, and we'll see what was the plan. Okay, this is sent from a guy named Raytar. Raytar basically says that he has superiors that he is answering to. He's placing a guy named Saravok as the commander of the mercenary forces, and Tazok is going to serve under him. So clearly the bandits are connected to the Iron Throne. This is talking about the Flaming Fist, and they're basically subterfuge to basically, instead of saying they're Black Talon, they're going to say they're part of a group called the Zentarum, who basically are another evil group that does like experiments and stuff. But they're not really responsible for the Iron Crisis. In fact, these guys are, because they're doing some subterfuge. And this guy is referring to Yeslik, and he's talking about slaves being sent down to these mines. So these are important letters for us to keep. We made sure we made copies of them, and they help us to outline what's really going on. Let's talk to Stefan here. Stefan is freaking out. Obviously, he's not really an enemy that we need to fight, but we gotta figure out who he is and what he's doing here. He seems like he's gonna be forthcoming with information. Oh, he's Daviorn's apprentice. I missed that. So yeah, he's just a punk kid who was studying under Daviorn. Let's ask, what's the purpose of the installation? The purpose of the installation was basically to actually provide the real iron of the area, so that Baldur's Gate and the Lord's Alliance could protect themselves in case of like deciding they wanted to attack. Basically, it looked like they were the big damn heroes. Okay, so let's look at what was really behind the Iron Shortage, and really the Iron Throne was behind it. So all this problem of like the iron crumbling and falling apart, and banditry going in and taking iron from like farmers and travelers, it's all the Iron Throne that's doing it. And we can ask, who's Daviorn's superior? We kind of know, but we know it's a guy named Rhaetar, but even he has superiors that he has to answer to. So it seems like Stefan is not really in the know. He's just kind of like listening to what his boss said. So we can send him out. We do a little more looting down here, so we kind of now have our next step. But there's one little enemy here that we can take care of to get some really good, valuable loot. It's a mustard jelly. Mustard jellies are pretty nasty. They have a poison attack that can also slow. But they can be dealt with. They don't have great AC. They are, however, immune to a lot of weapons. So we got him with magical weapons. And also backstabs help. You'll see that Kaigan's weapons are ineffective, but he is hitting, which is kind of impressive. Gonna go in for another backstab. Yeah, that does it. So we go ahead and loot these chests. We get some valuables inside of them, including some very valuable gems. There's also a scroll of knock, and there's a couple of protection spells here too. Some of these chests we went ahead and opened already as well, including one very difficult chest that we had to use the potion of thievery on. And with that, we also have the key. So we're going to go ahead and open up these mines. Fortunately, everybody's been evacuated. So we're going to go ahead and skedaddle out of here. And now, much to Kaigan's chagrin, we are now big damn heroes since we flooded the mine. But before we leave, we're probably going to want to rest and make sure that we're ready for the trip out of Cloakwood Mines, or Cloakwood Forest in general. So let's go ahead and have a dream.
Tonight you dream of blood. Not of blood on a blade or the blood on your hands, but an ichor that runs as a torrent through the realms. A flood that pours across the fields and forests, an ocean that floats you to the world's edge and threatens to cascade off into the void. This blood seems a frightening thing, a massive force that sweeps away all resistance. As a whole, it is a monster and it cannot be stopped. Were it to be viewed from on high, it would seem to cover the entire world in its red-black embrace. You, however, do not have such a lofty perch. From within the deluge, you can see it does not move as one, but is filled with currents, eddies, and undertows. Pockets of calm afford breathing space, whilst violent whirlpools threaten to rend limb from limb. Ultimately, it seems undirected and lacks a driving will, a quality you have in abundance. You may be caught within, but sufficient determination can shape what you need to survive. There are still options open, still choices to be made. As the tide presses forward, you steer as you wish, atop a ship called Persistence and under sails made of resolve. A sudden and deliberate wave puts an end to your course and to the dream. It would seem that the flood does have some will and took offense to your enjoying the ride.
That'll be it for today. Feel free to check out my other content, or leave the video a like, or a comment, or subscribe to the channel if you like what I do. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and good luck. We're all counting on you.